G'day divers and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be all about using the Divevolk Seatouch Housing and why I believe this is the best housing you can get to use your mobile phone underwater. If you're new to the channel, I'm Sean Elliott and I've been doing underwater videography for about 25 years. These days I like to take low-cost cameras like action cameras and mobile phones and pair them with economical aftermarket accessories to show you how you can get into videography and photography for a low cost but still get amazing quality out of them. If you're into scuba diving, anything from recreational diving right through to technical diving, including rebreathers and cave diving, and you want to know how to take your mobile phone or your action camera underwater to get footage like this, then please like and subscribe to my channel, and if you've got any comments, please leave them below and I'll try and answer them all. Now, to be totally clear right from the start, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not sponsored by Divevolk. They didn't provide me with this housing. This is my housing I bought for myself after my research with 25 years of experience. I bought it for my Christmas present. So this is my housing. This is my opinion. You're going to know by the end of this video why it is that this housing is the only option. In fact, I'll go as far as saying this: if you're not going to use a Divevolk housing to take your phone underwater, then don't even bother. Just get yourself an action camera, you'll get far better results. If you want to use your phone underwater and get the most out of it and actually have great footage, then the Divevolk housing is the only option. It is a clear winner, so far ahead of the competition. It isn't funny, and I'm going to go through all the reasons why, and you'll understand by the end of this video. Now, the one thing I do have is an affiliate link. I approached Divevolk and asked them for the affiliate link, saying I was going to make this video anyway, and would they have an affiliate link program that they'd be interested in letting me supply you with a discount, which they were happy to give. And they have given you an amazing 6% discount. So if you are interested at the end of this video, then please try and use my affiliate link. It really doesn't make much money anyway, but it's a nice novelty. It makes me feel great. I do these videos for fun, so obviously the things I like is a thumbs up. I love a subscribe, I love a comment, and if you do buy the housing, it's no cost to you. In fact, you get a 6% discount if you use my affiliate link, and I get one of those little emails that says somebody used my affiliate link, and it's just an enjoyable reason for me to make these videos. That is it. So let's start talking about the reasons why the Divevolk housing is better than the other housings. First one, probably the one you're dying to know, price. The Divevolk housing in Australian dollars is about 375 Australian dollars at today's exchange rate, and you can get a 6% discount with my affiliate link. If you want to get a name brand housing like the Weefine, the Kraken, the Oceanic Plus, the Sport Diver, all the other ones that are in this category, then they start at $650 and they go to about $1,000. So as you can see, you can pick up this for about 350 Australian dollars, and your next level up is $650. And I wouldn't even if those housings were half the price of the Divevolk, I'd tell you not to waste your time buying them. Is because they don't have any functionality. They make you use their apps, and most of them have fairly limited compatibility with phones as well. Some of them only take an Apple. Some of them have a little bit more compatibility, but none of them have the wide range of compatibility that the Divevolk does, which means as soon as you get a newer phone, odds are you won't be able to use these housings. That's the first reason. The second reason is having to use their apps. All their apps are terrible. I'm going to say it right now. Their camera apps do not have nearly enough functions to make them worthwhile. The manufacturers of housings do not know how to make proper camera apps, and then certainly if you're using Android, because they have a lot of hassle making apps that keep up to date with all the different Android phones, I wouldn't recommend it at all. You're going to be so disappointed in your ability to capture good video and footage just because you're limited by the app. It is limiting your phone's capability so much and your creative control that you're just wasting your time and you're going to get terrible footage. Just go out and spend less money buying a brand new Hero 13 or a DJI Action 5 and a housing, and take that out and you will get much better footage and you won't be disappointed. The Oceanic Plus housing at 1,000 Australian dollars, making you then have to buy a subscription to keep using most of their functions. Weefine does the same. They give you an app which then has in-app purchases. And their apps are nowhere near as good as just the generic photo and video apps that you get with your Apple, your Samsung, or your Pixel. And I don't even recommend you use those apps. The nice thing about the Divevolk housing is you are able to use any app you want. You can use multiple apps. You're not even stuck to one app. You're using your phone just like you would above water. You just go from one app to the next. Use any app you like. So if you want to use Filmic Pro, use Filmic Pro. If you want to use something like Blackmagic, which is totally free and on iOS and Android and gives you full professional control over your phone or as a video camera, then use that. If you've got an Android and you want to shoot pure raw video, get Motion Cam Pro and you can shoot on a Pixel 60 frames of raw images per second. Amazing. Now, that gives you power to use your phone. You've got every part of the phone, not just some poorly constructed, limited app that, if it works at all and doesn't crash on you, is not giving you the control over your camera that you need to have. The other handy thing is it's much more universal. This housing will take a lot more phones than a lot of the other housings will. The Divevolk system takes any phone that will fit inside it, and they actually have a couple of sizes anyway, so pretty much any phone. But if you go to their website, I'll put the link in the description. It'll give you the compatibility of every phone that you can think of, and if you're not sure, then send them a message and they'll let you know. Because all they do is when you buy the housing is they'll ask you what phone they want and they print you a holder that your phone goes into. Then if you get a new phone, you can either buy a new holder that matches that phone, they're like $20 US, or they actually give you access to all the printing tablets for free, the templates. So if you have a 3D printer that's just 3D printed, then you can download it for free and print any adapter for any phone. It makes this a much more long-term usable system. So let's talk about some of the things that I've found you can use this housing for with your mobile phone in it, which is what sets it so far apart. So apart from the fact from the photo and videography point of view from us, you can use any app you want to take photos and videos and any app you want to edit it, and you can jump between apps all underwater just like you would using your phone normally. So I'll often use several apps. Like I might use Motion Cam Pro to get some raw video of a specific subject because it's really amazing software, but it does take up a lot of space, so you don't want to use it for general videography. I then might jump into Blackmagic. I'll then sometimes prefer, I'm using the Google Pixel 9 Pro at the moment, there are times where I prefer to use the Pixel Cam software because Google, like most of the manufacturers, clearly doesn't give all the power to some of the third-party apps as far as their AI is concerned, and sometimes the AI does help out, especially with photography. I find the Google camera, or Pixel camera they now call it, is particularly good at the photography side of things. I wish it was a little bit more pro and it had a few easier ways to use the settings, but it has a lot of settings in the camera section. Unfortunately, in the video section, it's much more limiting, and therefore I'd always use a third-party app for doing the video section. But I will be using or doing a video purely on all the settings I use with my Google Pixel 9 Pro. So if you have that phone or are thinking about getting it, then stick around because I'll have that video out shortly. Another crazy use for this housing is if you do find that you love photography or videography and you want to go out and get yourself a DSLR or a large camera or even a TG7, you can get an adapter from Divevolk which sends the wireless connection from your camera to the phone and allows you to use it as a monitor underwater. So you can literally, if you decide to upgrade later on and you're not going to use your camera or your phone anymore for video and photo, is then use it as a portable monitor underwater. And it is so cheap to be using that as a monitor compared to going out and spending thousands of dollars on an actual monitor. So it has future aspects even if you upgrade. So the joy of being able to access any app means you can do anything that you can think of. And this becomes a really big safety feature. It also becomes a big entertainment feature. So for example, from a safety point of view, when you're on the boat, you've still got full access to your phone. You can make phone calls, send text messages. If you are unfortunate enough, like those divers in Perth, to come up and be left behind by your boat, as soon as your phone comes out of the water, if there's mobile reception in that area, you'll get reception. You can make a phone call, you can send a text message. As somebody who was left behind by a dive boat for about half an hour once, it would have been a nice feature to have. Luckily, they realised and turned around and came and picked me up, but I was treading water at night time for quite some time and it wasn't much fun. If I have one of these in my pocket, I lift it above the water, I get reception, I call the captain and start yelling at him then. Otherwise, you ring 000, you can give them, or emergency services in the country that you're in, you can send a ping, you can see what your GPS mark is, they can track you and you can tell them where you are. You can send a text message. What a brilliant safety feature. As for safety underwater, you now no longer just need to rely on hand signals. You can write out a message, you can tell your buddy whatever you want to tell them because you can just type out it on the screen. There's lots of apps that allow you to do it in big words. Sometimes my son might just want to know what a fish is, and I'll be able to tell him underwater by typing out the name of the fish. Other safety features, the dive site map, you can take it with you. You can either download it if they have the map online, or if you're on a dive boat getting a briefing by the dive master and they've got the map up in front of you, bang, you take a photograph of it. You don't need to memorize it. If you want to think about it again, you can open up that photo, zoom in, scroll around, look at it. When I'm cave diving, I have the cave sites downloaded, or like at Tank Cave, I just take a picture of the map of where I'm going to be doing my dive. I still use my slate, I still have a backup. But I can just use my phone, I can look at the picture, I can zoom in, I can see the whole map in beautiful full detail. There is an app that you can get that when you point it at the fish and the coral, it tells you what the fish and the coral is. It has like 10,000 animals in it. It's amazing. So if my son, who's 10 years old, points at something and I don't know what it is, I just get the app, I put it on it, hold it there for a second, and tell him all about it. It's amazing. Anything you can think of that you can do with your phone without data, you can do it underwater, and above water, it's exactly the same as it would be out of the housing. If you're a tech diver, you can do your deco stop watching a movie, you can play computer games, you can start editing your photos, you can use anything you want underwater. So I hope that video helped you. Don't forget, if you do decide to pick up any Divevolk products, not just the housing, the link in the description will get you 6% off everything in your cart. Now, if you're interested in knowing more about using mobile phones underwater or using action cameras, along with the hardware that you need, the lighting, the settings, how you go about it, then please like and subscribe to this channel. I also do videos from everything from recreational diving through to technical diving and cave diving. I have a couple of big trips coming up. I'm heading to New Zealand in a month's time. Just after that, I'm probably heading to Indonesia. Then after that, I'm heading out to the Nullarbor to see some of the most spectacular caves in the world. And I will be continuing to add videos to this channel about how I capture those, and trip videos, equipment videos. So please, if that's of interest to you, like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions whatsoever, please put a comment below, because so far I've managed to answer every comment that comes along, and I will endeavour to keep doing that. So until the next time, keep blowing bubbles, and don't forget, the deeper you go, the further you get away from all those idiots.